Hi. Welcome back to Interstellar Observatory number 7 in our course on our world and beyond. We hope you have enjoyed thus far. In this session we cover Uranus and its general planet treatise in our 7th interstellar probe. Come along with us.
7th interstellar probe. The Uranus general planet treatise. Saturn had for the Western world long been thought the furthest celestial body in our solar system, as classical planets' motion across the sky distinguishes them from the fixed backdrop of the cosmos. Of those bodies visible and independent of the fixed celestials, our perspective is dependent on the Sun, where including it and the Moon, but excluding Earth, there are 7 luminaries, because we can't see our own reflection from the Sun. Of the 7 luminaries, 5 are classic star-like planets personified in Greco-Roman mythology as Astra Planeta, or wandering stars. Children of Eos, goddess of the dawn, and Astraeus, god of wind, names refer to the quality of light reflected. What we call Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and Mercury to ancient Hellenistic people were Phainon, Phaethon, Pyroeis, Phosphorus and Stilbon, translated as shining, blazing, fiery, morning star and gleaming, respectively. What of Ouranos Latinized as Uranus, which, however, visible in the night sky with the naked eye, hadn't been recognized as a planet. Cited on many occasions and perhaps by Hipparchos in 128 BC, recorded in his star catalogue and subsequently in Ptolemy's Almagest, but as a star. The first Astronomer Royal, a cornerstone of the Royal Greenwich Observatory and author of Catalogus, Britannicus and Atlas Coelestis, John Flamsteed, observed Uranus at least 6 times by 1690. A Frenchman, Pierre Charles Le Monnier, as well, reportedly saw it sporadically 8 and consecutively 4 nights from 1750 to 1769. Sure, others had as well, but information printed and articles written were either in English or Latin origin. Our 7th planet was recently discovered and the only planet of Greek nomenclature, though Latinized as Uranus, who with Gaia were primordial deities followed in myth through Titans and Olympians and in theory through man.
The 7th planet from the Sun has relatively recently been categorized as such, whose speed and illumination led astronomers before 1781 not to notice its planetary qualities. This gaseous ice giant, made mostly of water, methane, and ammonia as a supercritical fluid, has the lowest temperature of all other planets in the solar system at 49 degrees Kelvin, being a negative 224 and 371 degrees Celsius and Fahrenheit respectively. Uranus 97.8 degree axial tilt, where on its 84-year journey around the Sun poles see both 42 consecutive years of sunlight followed by the same in darkness orbiting the Sun. Its volatile mantle layer is surrounded by a thick atmosphere of helium and hydrogen. At 20 times the distance away from the Sun than the Earth, Uranus is naturally cooler, but its internal heat is lower compared to other ice giants. Uranus has a ring system as well, which though dark holds 13 of the 27 known satellites orbiting it. Miranda, Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, and Oberon are the planet's larger 5 moons further out, and 9 moons much further out are irregular, meaning they were captured by the gravitational pull of the planet as opposed to regular moons which formed from the planet it orbits. 7 decades after William Herschel's March 13, 1781, discovery of the celestial body, consensus was met that it would be named, reinforcing Zeus and Uranus than Jupiter with Calus. Implementing the Gregorian calendar, January 1, 1850, had the world analyze time and space more accurately, but more importantly due to Queen Victoria, who had to secure the future of English non-Catholic monarchs.
In naming the planets or any other things, persons, or places, it could be a knack, as Socrates suggests rhetoric is in Gorgias, but we don't think in Uranus' instance that's the case. They hadn't, as Socrates says, guessed at what's pleasant at no consideration for what's best, 465a, but calculated the importance of the more orthodox derived of the root mt autheris, whereas from regressing from Jupiter to Saturn, those who figuring a planet, especially from its magnitude, ought be called Calus with a K would be wrong, because surely someone somewhere in the Latin world call Calus what we call Uranus. The English discovery also set Anglicanism apart from Rome, who from a taxonomic habit preferred the liberty to assign names to things to say that they had first. Naming it after the grandfather of Zeus, Uranus was logical for such hereditary reasons, but we can call things anything we want, it's just that some names are more appropriate than others. It just sounds weird saying sometimes without others knowing the topic. From the void of chaos, first distinguishing itself from everything else in the universe was Earth, the primordial goddess Gaia. Following her was Uranus, the sky, mountains, the Aurea and Pontus, the sea. The highest mountain was named after the Aurea Olympus, but like stalagmites, whereas above was so below, the Acropolis about Mythicus Peak, 2,917 meters, mirrored that of metaphorical stalactites in the sky. The second highest mt autheris, 1,726 meters, base of Titans in Titanomachy, but as above so below, and like a stalactite more orthodox, is also more Aryan than earthly. Approaching the difference between native and Aryan Grecians is another course altogether for another day and time.
By way of Latin, we learn Titans translates to English as tyrants, where Uranus fathered 12, and others as well with a castranomic end. The union of Uranus and Gaia produced 6 Titans: Oceanus, Oceans, Coas, Intelligence, Crius, the Ram, Hyperion, fathered the Sun, Moon, and Dawn, Iapetus, the Piercer, and the youngest Kronos or Saturn, the Harvest. Female tyrants were Titanides, of which from the sky, Uranus, and Earth, Gaia, came 6 as well named Gaia, Vision, Rhea, Mother, Themis, Divine Law, Mnemosyne, Memory, Phoebe, Purity, and Tethys, c. Thought unfortunate to Uranus, he fathered 3 Hecatoncheires, Cottus, Gyges, and Briareus, and 3 Cyclopes, Args, Brontes, and Steropes, where enmity between their parents grew as Uranus hid them in Tartarus, causing Gaia revenge and reign of the Titans.
The 7th planet discovered in 1781 is the only of Greek nomenclature where equivalent to Romans Saelis or Calus, the cosmos was structured more so initially intellectually. At 19, New King Street in Bath, Somerset, England, the Herschel Museum of Astronomy upholds his discovery. Without such preservation, orthodoxy may be more callous.
That concludes all the information we have for you this time. We hope it has encouraged readers to learn more. In our next session we cover Neptune as a last planet in our review of it as the depths of our solar system is explored further. We can't wait to see you there. Thank you for your time and consideration.